Theorists believe that people start off as a blank slate, being shaped by associations led to a new behaviour or change in behaviour. Thorndike was among one of the first psychologists to introduce behaviourism, which he described as learning through trial and error, which creates shortcuts in the mind and also links to operant conditioning. There are two types of conditioning within behaviourism, classical and operant. Classical conditioning refers to a learning process that occurs when two stimuli are repeatedly prepared. A response, which is first elicited by the second stimulus, is eventually elicited by the first alone. Pavlov and Watson both conducted classical conditioning. Operant conditioning refers to a learning process through which the strength of behaviour is modified by reinforcement or punishment. It is also a procedure that is used to bring about such learning.
Constructivism was originated by Swiss psychologist Jean Piaget, who saw the child as a lone scientist. He came up with the stage theory of learning, which represented 4 stages of cognitive development. Stage 1, sensorimotor, is where the child begins to make use of imitation. Stage 2, pre-operational, where the child starts using language and logical thought in one direction. Stage 3 is concrete operational, where children solve concrete problems logically. Stage 4 was formal operation stage, where children are able to solve abstract problems and they develop social concerns. 3 keys to constructivism are organisation, the way in which schemes are linked together; adaptation, where constructing schemes as a result of interacting with the environment, including assimilation, which is absorption of new idea or experience into current schema; and accommodation, building a new scheme when existing one seems redundant. This all leads to equilibration, which is adding to or deconstructing and reconstructing existing schemes in order to fit new schema.
Social constructivism is an approach to learning which emphasises the importance of culture, context and environment in the constructing of knowledge and a child's development. The 5 main areas of social constructivism are: knowledge is constructed by learners, knowledge is experience-based, learning is social, all aspects of the person are connected, and learning communities should be inclusive and equitable. The key theorists of social constructivism are Vygotsky and Brunner. Vygotsky's contributions to social constructivism include his socio-cultural theory, where he argues there are 2 levels of learning, the social and the individual; his recognition of the social and environmental forces that play a part in a child's development; and his idea that child development is more fluid and progressive than Piaget's stages. Brunner built upon many of Vygotsky's concepts, but also came up with his own. Brunner describes children as naturally curious and states that they learn by interacting with the environment around them. He also came up with his own stages of learning: enactive or concrete, iconic and symbolic. The zone of proximal development is a model that shows how a child can develop more fully with support, such as with the support of a more knowledgeable other,